never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hello everybody. Somebody asked me, if I was in prison, would I rather be hit with a shank or a lock? So I'm going to talk about the different things people use today. First of all, I would do neither one, but I will say this: I think a lock is more devastating. And people always talk about locking a sock. I think they say that because it rhymes. Most people put it in a laundry bag, have it tied to a belt, and we used to have belts, things like that, because if you have a sock, especially if you only have it in one sock, it's more likely to come out. But when I first got to prison, and for many years we was allowed canned goods, you know, like chili and tuna and stuff, and people would get hit with those too, like in a laundry bag or something. Weights, once in a while weights, but it's not as common as people think it was. You know, they use that as an excuse for taking one of the excuses for taking the weights out, you know, saying that staff as well as the other people in prison could be hit with them, and they were, you know. But most people tried to stay away from using weights because we didn't want to take them away, you know. One of the things that really surprises me, and it's probably for the same reason that was rare, I only seen it happen one time, was every prison I've been to had a softball. You know, you could play softball. And bats were never, hardly ever used. I saw it used one time at MSP, Missouri State Penitentiary, and that wasn't during a softball game. And then you could just check them out whenever you wanted, you know. Now you gotta wait until there's a game. I've seen fights start on the softball field. I saw stabbings, but I've never, like I said, only one time did I see bats being used on somebody. But I did see a lot of cans until they took them out. They took the cans out and went to bags. The prices went up too, so they went from like canned chili to bag chili, and the price went up. But anything in prison could be used as a weapon. At the walls one time there was a guy that used now I don't think he thought this one through. He used a fire hydrant that had marbles in it. People used to make lampshades, and they'd put marbles in the lampshades and stuff. And he got a bunch of marbles and put it in there and shot it at staff, but it was just hitting everybody, and it only lasted for a few seconds, you know, and then he was done, except using the fire hydrant as a weapon. You know, swinging it. They got him though. I've seen a guy make a blowgun. He never used it, but he was showing me how it was made and stuff. But he said it has been used, and especially in the hole. When I was at Potosi, I was delivering carts to the hole, and they had apples on them. The fruit they was going to get was apples. And I get over there, and CO comes out to sign for they have to sign this paper every time you take a cart over there. And he goes, "Man, could you please tell them not to send apples to the hole?" He goes, "Send other fruit, like bananas, things like that." I said, "Well, can I ask why?" He goes, "Because they hurt." I'm sorry. I guess when they open the chuck holes for the trays to be put in, you know, they's going down and just open the chuck holes, and then they come around with the trays. Well, why don't you just do one at a time, you know? Open the chuck hole, slide the tray in, and then go to shut it, and then go to the next one. But I guess that was just too much trouble. But I guess once they get their apples, they're going, sticking their arm out there and swinging them apples at the COs. So anything can be used as a a weapon pretty much. But back to the question, I mean, I don't ever want to be hit with a lock in a sock, as you say, or just be hit with a lock, because I've seen it do some devastating damage to people. Now, they took those out of the maximum security prisons too. But when I first got to prison, we were still allowed to have them. But they took them out for that reason. And I didn't, when I took them out, I didn't see any more until I got to level 1. You know, they dropped my custody level and I went to level 1. And it was just weird seeing them, you know. And the first thing I thought of was a weapon. And I went out on the yard and they had horseshoes at this level 1. I'm thinking, jeez, man. Oh, but you know, everybody in level 1's trying to go home. They ain't they ain't wanting to get any more serious charges. But on the Shanks, man, they got all different kinds. And you know, I've made a couple of them in my videos. Made a couple videos of me making a couple. Made out of fence, the wiring off the fence. Made out of hard plastic. I ain't seen one time made, the guy showed me how to make one out of toilet paper. And then when I got out, I saw another guy in a video making one out of paper. I mean, toilet paper. He did it just a little bit different, and I actually think he did it better than the guy that showed me. Really, it's toilet paper and glue, and it's actually the glue that is the shank, you know. But I guess it takes both to actually make it. Anything. You'd be surprised at the weapons that people in prison come up with. And not just weapons, but other things. I mean, they got 24 hours a day, every day, to think of things. Think of where to hide things, think of things to make. This is a little bit off, but this gay guy came to my partner. My partner, he fixed things. He headphones, stereos, anything that was broken, he'd fix them for people, and he was good at it. But this guy came to my partner and he says, "Hey man," he had a toothbrush holder. He says, "Can you make something that I can use?" I ain't gonna say the word, but he goes, "I want it to vibrate." So my buddy did. He took, gets a motor, like comes out of a Walkman or something. You know, like the same ones they use for tattooing. And he puts it in there, rigs it up somehow or another, and sells it to the guy, you know. And he was telling me, laughing, he goes, "Why didn't he just use a pair of beard trimmers?" So, Kevin, that might hurt, you know. He goes, "No, I ain't talking about, you know, the other end, you know." But I know that wasn't the topic we was talking about, but I was just letting you know that people in prison I've seen them make all kinds of things, crazy things, and especially with weapons. You know, I seen a guy one time at a table writing, and his pen was a weapon. Now it wasn't, unless he hit the person right, it wasn't going to do a whole lot of damage, but he had, you could take the back off of it, and there was a, you know, little cap off of it, and there was a razor blade in there that he had in there. So anyway, I hope this answers that person's questions as well as anybody else. You do not want to get hit with a lock, especially in the head. It's devastating to get people. If you get hit right, person knows what they're doing, you're done for. So that's all I got for you. Make sure if you're new here and you like this content that you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.